Hello, this is Fire3238 coming back here again with another What If Deku scenario, and this one will be an interesting one. So this is what if Deku had the hammer drones from the second Iron Man movie as his quirk. Yes, I know, the one that got defeated by Iron Man and War Machine, yes. Basically those are his quirks. Anyway, so I am going to be modifying the drones to I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to make them somewhat overpowering. So, for one example, they will have infinite ammunition as part of his quirk. So basically, Hammer Droid has unlimited guns, missiles, artillery, everything, and that Izuku also has the ability to even somewhat generate his own. He can transform, like, he is a transformation quirk and it's a meta quirk at the same time. So he can transform into one of the drones, as well as to generate a few of them. And he also can, like, their armor a little much stronger than the original, like the original cast, so like original drones. So, like, I'm gonna hate myself saying they're gonna be the same strength, basically Captain America's shield, basically bringing vibranium armor, or yeah, close to it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be like vibranium, reinforced vibranium armor, basically. All the like armor of it is basically that strong, so like it'll just stand toe to toe with All Might and probably the Namu. And definitely All Might, Namu, and All Might probably, but anyway, so we're telling the story when he was basically when he was 3 years old, when he was at the park with Bakugo and a couple of their friends, just walking around the park and playing around. In this version, Bakugo already have his quirk by now, and also his ego already feeding into it, so he was slowly started. He already at the point he slightly started bullying Izuku a little bit worse, or same time. So be like earlier. Then like pretty much Bakugo, like someone Bakugo has a strong explosion. So pretty much by the time right now, like let's say Bakugo has quirk for at least close to 4 months before this party incident. So pretty much how long he had to quirk to get so much strong. So pretty much then when Bakugo and his friends started picking on this girl, which is gonna be it's going to be Toga. You know, when it's a hero bone, I don't know. Basically it's gonna be Toga. So they start bullying her to just watching it. He just jumps right in and tries to stop them. Like I said, Bakugo's quite strong right now, so he's able to do some damage to Izuku. And when Bakugo swings his hand, trying to make an explosion at Izuku's quite agitated, kind of like a fire or flight kind of situation. So like when Bakugo was about to hit him, literally his body, he transformed into the say Air Force hammer drone. So he would transform into that, and literally like the hammer drone also have like somewhat its own mind, kind of like a defense, defense systems. Like when the moment he transformed, it would immediately try to shoot. Like literally, it would aim his arm, literally start ready to shoot. And like Izuku has someone control it. So he can when Izuku can see everything that the drone sees. So pretty much when about to shoot, Izuku told it to stop, and he just stops. Like it's just orbit. So that happened. Izuku tried to figure out what he can do. Like he can't really move his body to really do anything. Like his mind is sacrificed his body, so like his thing. So that's what it is. So Izuku doesn't know what to do. He tries to move, but he can't really move. He can't move at all, literally. Bago and the others just was standing, already gone by now because they kind of ran away. Because of the fact they're kind of afraid because of the way because of the fact he transformed into a weapon, so they ran away. And Bago didn't know when to run when it's something stronger than him at the time. So he's gonna know what to do. And he just double head home, and the drone's response is to just fly towards his house. So he gets somewhat control to his mind. So he ordered the drone. He can also it can fly on his own when it's attacked, but like it was given like some order, it will do it. So when the drone fly all the way back home, then the drone lands laying in front of the house and walks toward the door. And Larry just he just transformed back into Zuko transformed back into himself, and he just touched him around, see that anything misplaced because he transformed into a mech, so he kind of something wrong and nothing. So after that, Izuku just rushes to the house, talks to his mother, telling that he might have awakened his quirk a little early than most people. So they went to the quirk doctor and they examined him to figure that he has a quirk called hammer drones, which basically, like I already explained, he could transform into a hammer drone, but he also has the ability to summon or generate his own hammer drones at his side. So pretty much he also has the infinite ammunition to make it even more dangerous to get infinite ammunition, so kind of some more like a threat, more menacing. So Izuku basically was decided he could be a hero with this quirk. He knows this. He knows it from watching it, and he also that. So we also know that he was kind of like these are. Like he could tell the doctor knew told them that also that his hammer drones are kind of like high military weaponry, so it would kind of be like they would have to pretty much make sure either they would do two things: either A, they would keep it quite a secret that the military would try to capture him, or B, they try to talk to the government, try to figure what to do with Izuku, try to figure what comes to his quirk. Pretty much Ingo decided to just call like pretty much also I'm going to do this. So Izuku's father is part of the government, so pretty much they also that. So once Inko and Izuku discovered Izuku's quirk, she immediately went to Hisashi, or parents Izuku's father, contacted him, told him about Izuku's quirk. It also a military grade quirk, or military related quirk. So pretty much, if somebody went home with some military personnel with him, and they examined his quirk is even stronger. Like they definitely know that it's strong enough to handle a lot of things. It was made for heavy military combat. So they decided. So Izuku and Inko and Izuku's father are talking, trying to figure what will they do, and also some of the government trying to figure what they want, what the plan with Izuku's quirk. So they decided to make him a new kind of hero, like a military hero, kind of like between the military and regular civilian life. So Izuku, they decided they would ask Inko to see if they could take Izuku, so they could see if they willing to test this quirk, see if they can able to they can become better, like have military experience, combat tactics, everything. Even though for he would know more about how to control his quirk, but since his quirk is kind of a military base, he's limited to pretty much. If he was without, if he wasn't in the military, it would be almost harder to try to train his quirk. With it, he could use it whatever the hell he wants. He also could for the damage rate he could do. So he come up with the deal and Izuku and join the military, train in the military and Japanese military. He becomes stronger and stronger. So it gets it kind of replaces one of the texts. He runs during the past 10 years. Izuku has grown powerful. Able to pretty much. These hammer drones can almost close to what a regular dude can do. So he can only do almost anything. So Izuku pretty much became like a he also did go on the rank of the military, so he's somewhat more powerful and more knowledge, and he also knows the course of everyone inside of the military as well as other war heroes and everything else. And he also has somewhat a helping hands. Like he also created the hammer drone for the military. So like parents, the Air Force, Marine, Navy, and military drones you see, those are the four that he ended up creating for the Japanese military, so he can able to somewhat help. Like he also has some of them like state. He only gave some build some like for UA just in case. So he'll have some like probably close to 10. Say yeah, like close to 3 Marine drones, 3 Air Force drones, 3 Marine drones, 3 Navy drones, and 3 Army drones. Literally, he did also be stationed around UA, and like not online, but kind of on like sleep standby modes. Like when if they don't want activate unless something actually happens. So once Izuku ended up when later on like Izuku he also trained his physical body physically. So he has an 8-pack. He's somewhat buff. He's became attractive, and the moment the maids love him because he was also sweet, innocent, kind of like the sweet innocent role he is, without the nervousness. So he got confidence. So he got some confidence in him now. Then after training, Principal Nezu of UA ended up. No, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna like. He is being educated by the military, so he also has recommendations. Like he would give him recommendations by the military, different military branches, thanks to his help with everything else. So he has a lot of them between them. So when Izuku was sent back to Japan, the person had sent back toward the US to get able to get into the entrance exam, or he had the recommendation, but he wanted to prove something more, so he ended up doing both going recommendation and going through the regular exam. So he ended up he ended up so we got there. He started walking into UA's auditorium, while also the women around him looking at him like with that drooly eyes. Yeah, sorry. Something like that. Izuku, I was going to mention, I'm going to make Toga, I'm going to change Toga a little bit, so, no, I'm not going to change her. I don't feel like, the only thing to tell about she's a hero. She's going to try to become a hero in this case, so, and, Izuku end up, anyway, so, she'll become a hero, try to become join UA, then, we're going to go back to Izuku. So Izuku listened to did the writing exam, which he aced. We get to the physical exam. So he's outside, ready to move in. Like he has literally like military boots, pants, and like a t-shirt, pretty kind of thing. He got like a soldier kind of thing, but he doesn't entirely look it. And he looks towards a girl with brown hair, also a little rocker, but he doesn't try to do anything. He just focuses on winning. So Izuku ends up printing like once the doors start opening, Izuku immediately transforms into an Air Force drone and flies into the city, started shooting at the corner robots, basically shocking everyone that printed that Izuku just transformed into a somewhat mech. Also, TJ kind of like somewhat not surprised since he went with he had recommendations by the military. He went through it anyway. she started putting up the ranks. Like he's already put like in 5 minutes he already passed All Might's record. So is he gonna end up using his like his power basically, and also he has to be always like he also sometimes jump out of his drone mode and also start just punching, really is destroying the robots with his bare hands with that military tactics, and that actually caught the attention of Nezu and Aizawa, since they never see anyone who just jump out with like deactivate his quirk. That turned into a point robot with his bare hands, and then when they finally decide to release the Zero Pointer, Izuku knew he had to avoid it at all costs, and then pretty started flying. He tried to back toward the Air Force, started flying toward the exit, trying to also help a few people who were somewhat trapped. So when he's close to seeing Araka, or when he sees Araka get pinned by rubble while on the path of the Zero Pointer, Izuku ends up training tactics. He flies back towards Araka. He ended up lying on the ground, literally just. Then he summoned two more he summoned 2 Air Force drones and 2 Army drones. He had the 2 Army drones stay to the ground, like sunk to the ground. Also started support firing at the Zero Pointer, while Izuku and the other Air Force drones pull the rebel off of Araka, pick her up, and fire back towards the exit, and then he just dismissed the other drones, ending the exam. Forgot to mention that is also because of his help with the drones. Izuku's also rich, so he's filled with dough in this case. Izuku used he basically has his own house, so he would send money to his mother, help with rental stuff. So Izuku's, like I said, Izuku's rich in this case. So Izuku well, during his 2 weeks before he gets his second letter that he got in the UA, he was basically training more and trying to figure out how to do more. What can he do more with the drones? And pretty much then when he gets in UA, then he got to UA, he meets like I was remember one thing, like Bob doesn't remember Izuku that much. He only remembers Izuku, but the moment like he doesn't remember Izuku by his name. Like he the only thing he remembers Izuku by his actual nickname, but he doesn't remember it. They haven't seen each other in 10 years. So Baka and Izuku basically had somewhat of a new, fresh start now because of the fact they don't remember Baka doesn't remember Izuku. So, pretty much, then Mr. Aizawa pops in, telling that he had to take the Quirk assessment test, and Lily, he also explained that whoever gets the last place will be expelled from UA. So, Izuku used the Izuku basically uses the the Army drone. He used the Army drone for he used the Air Force to pretty much to help him like with the track part. So like anything to do with speed, he used the Air Force. Anything to do with like a thrower kind of power, he would use anything because like the weight thing, he would use any drone form. But when it kind of like the softball throw, he would transform into the Army drone and put the ball inside his artillery cannon on his back and shoots it, letting it go as farther than Bakugo is dead. So he ended up getting 3rd place, 5th or 6th place. I'll go 5th. So I'll go say he go with 5th place. So after that, Izuku, now, I forgot, you're gonna be glad about this. Ryder got expelled from you, got expelled because he wasn't hero material, thank God. Izuku ended up using, let's see what, Izuku, right, after that, let's get to, so, skip to the next day, when Owen pops in, like, come to the door, another person, they talk about the battle training I'll be taking and everything else. So, everything plays out through like the canon. Prince went okay except for the team thing. So, it plays the same thing. So, the teams are the exact same. Everything is the same except Izuku's not like scared. He knows Bago, but Bago doesn't know yet. So, um, he won't use like live rounds against his classmates or any around students, heroes, and civilians. He only uses it like against like villain and legit villains rounds. Like if I'm gonna spell out there. So Izuku will end up really only he'll switch his rounds to dummy rounds or printed like dummy bullets. So he ends up but they will hurt like hell, or stun bullets still hurt like hell. When the test starts, Izuku ended up just start running in, like start running himself, and had Uraraka appearance like running went with him. Then he pushed him to the side when Bakugo jumps out and tried to explode Izuku, where he basically transformed into his Air Force mode. And just that moment, Bakugo remembers something. He remembers the day that Izuku was waking his Quirk. He remembers exactly that he transformed into the same thing, into an Air Force drone. And then his body just said, Deku, is that you? Yeah, pretty much. Izuku just pretty much like said, it ran a long time, Kanchan. He just remembered me after for 10 years. I did this yesterday, though. Prince, Bago's someone, he's not like arrogant like hell. Like, he's somewhat happy, but also kind of, like, he's happy that Izuku's here. He's alive. He thought this something bad happened to Izuku since 10 years, so he kind of somewhat felt guilty. He's somewhat kind of on a challenging phase. Like, he wants to prove that he's somewhat stronger. Because he knew that the first explosion didn't do anything to Izuku. So when he first did, see that Izuku also goes stronger. Also, he knows about Izuku's, like, he knows about the hammer drones since he also started watching news about rumors about the drones, but no idea that Izuku was actually the one doing them. So, once Izuku starts for the explosive, what basically didn't do anything to Izuku since his armor is so much stronger now. Between his half vibranium, kind of reinforced vibranium armor, and also got stronger within his strength. So Uraraka was already gone with a Air Force drone with her, trying to help her deal with the so Izuku started shooting some dummy rounds at Bago, which basically started hurting because he used the goblet to pretty block some of them. Some of them did hit him, which actually hurt. Then he switched to his electric bullets. Basically shot it also incapacitated Bakugo, which basically Izuku graduated with capture tape, and he took care of that. Then when he hears he also hears the dummy round from the other drone. He says, "Was it Uraraka?" He able to see through the eye of that drone too. So that's another ability. He also sees the eyes of the drone. So he sees that the drone is distracting Ida while Uraraka races toward the bomb, touching and waiting for them. So after that, we're just gonna skip. We are just gonna skip for a sense. Ida's gonna play class president for this one with Momo. Then pretty much we're gonna go straight to the USJ. So the USJ, he also, I forgot another ability. He also has the ability to kind of like a detective sense, kind of like able to detect danger kind of thing. So he'll have that forever. So the moment they got to USJ, his senses started tingling, like it's kind of like the fire sense. So he able to his danger detector kind of detected knowing the villains are here. So he immediately, so when they jumped off, Izuku just started walking past 13, and as I was like asking Izuku what's going on, and all he said pretty much like we might be in danger. So apparently he transformed into his marine form, and also summoned a few more drones. Like I would say, 10 of each drone. So 10 Air Force, 10 Marine, 10 Navy, and 10 Army. And 13 don't know that the moment when Izuku said that trouble coming, he summoned so many drones. He knows something's bad coming. So pretty much, so they knew had to be serious and be ready for it. So when they walked in with the drones with them, a portal pops up at the bottom, at the center. They see Shiragi comes out with a bunch of villains with them. The parents that Aizawa now knows the parents was right. The parents about the attacks, about the danger that he detected. So he told 13 to get the students out and parents to have let Aizawa let Izuku be with him to fight and with the drones as well. So he ended up Zuku, Aizawa, and the drone to just have the drone rushing, pretty much 5 from each drone will be pretty much rushing down there to help. So they have the other drones form a perimeter around these students and protect their stance. So they get able to move around kind of like Iron Man does, kind of thing, kind of between. It can somewhat walk around like Iron Man or walk around like a Transformer. So it's able to walk around like an actual human than an actual drone. So you treat that or kind of like one of those battle drones from Star Wars. Anyway, so Izuku able to somewhat take out multiple villains from right and right with the drone with him. Soon multiple them. When in some of the army drones, it detected the biggest threat, the Namu. So they really stumped it able to when the artillery mode just started shooting directly at the Namu, hitting it, and it'll do somewhat damage. It also Shiragi was blown away kind of away from the Namu because of being just shot by artillery. The other drones started detecting it and started shooting at it as well. So Izuku seeing the drone, his own drones are turning towards a specific villain. He knows that this one had the badge, so he told us to try to get him out of here so they can take everything they got. So he started joining the fight. He started shooting at it too. He started trying to figure out how to rush it, and the now would be taking out drone after drone, trying to figure out how to take it down. Specifically the drones themselves aren't exactly strong. They're half vibranium, so they won't be they're half strength, half resistance. So someone resists, but Suzuki himself gets strong. So drone after drone, they took out five of the Marine and Air Force drones. So but everyone doing what they can at all times and doing what they can. So after that, the door of the Yode was slammed in, and All Might rushed in. Seeing that Izuku's and drone are fighting the villains, really the Namu, him and everything they have. Izuku ordered the drone to stand down, and All Might immediately jumps in to fight the Namu with the talent he still has. Izuku just basically instead aiming to tell all his drones to aim for Shiragi and Kurogiri. Well, basically they started shooting at him with everything. Started shooting at them. Kurogiri is basically just ready to cover for them. And he knows it's a lost victory now since they never thought a boy could actually have a strong military power. So they end up falling into a full retreat, leaving the Namu to fend for herself where he can't really do anything. Once All Might sent it out of the USJ, and plus Ultra Smash. Basically after that, the drones ended up disappearing after that. Zuko ended up walking out with All Might. After that, there's nothing else. this is where I edit for today. This will be a part 1 for one more part of the thing. So I'd like to thank you and come back with